Hey guys, it's Nick. It's been a really long time since I recorded and hopefully post this episode. I've been gone for about 5 weeks now, and I've really been thinking about posting another episode in the last week or two, but I've been having this thing lately where I just don't really want to talk about anything. I don't know if I mentioned that in the last episode or not, but I've been feeling that way since like episode 1, pretty much. I also don't know if I mentioned this before or not, but back in June, basically July, when I first started this podcast, back then was really when I had the life for this. I really wanted to sit down and post things, and I felt like I was in a different place. I was more composed to actually sit down and maybe script episodes, or at least know what I was talking about. And then as the summer went on and I was refacing some of my trauma, that it became harder for me to actually want to be vulnerable and come on here and speak about things that I wanted to talk about. And so ever since then, I've just been really forcing myself to at least make an effort, because I couldn't tell if it was me just, potentially self-sabotaging myself from doing something that I really wanted to do because I feared I might be bad at it, or if it was maybe that and the fact that I was having to deal with some issues that I thought I'd put to rest but were resurfacing again. And so that's why I've been gone, especially in the last 5 weeks. I feel like it's been harder. My mom took a vacation. My mom was gone for a month. She went back home to take care of her mom because she wasn't doing so well. So she's been gone for about a month. And I think in that month it was really harder for me, honestly, bluntly put, to kind of get my shit together. I give her a lot of shit when she's here, and it's a pretty rocky relationship a lot of the time, or it has been in the last couple of years. But honestly, sometimes it just feels better when she's here, even if she's around, and even if I don't know, get into a fight with her and I don't want to talk to her. Her being there, I think, makes me feel better than her not being there. Or maybe I just like her presence better than I like my dad's. And it was really hard having him be the one who was in the house instead of her this time. And so the last few weeks have been me keeping my shit together and somehow not keeping my shit together when I thought I was keeping it together. And having to undo and untangle a lot of roots of shame in me. And trying to come back to the person that I was when I first started this thing. And I knew it before, but I can't be who I was then. Every person I've ever been is exactly that. I have been that person. I can't go back to it. I can't return to it. I can't be who I once was anymore. After that stage has come and gone, I just can't go back. It's like time. I can't go back to being 3 years old. I can't go back to being 13. I can't go back to some of the best days of my life. I just can remember that. And I guess I didn't realize that it was kind of painful to have to be who I wanted to be and then kind of have to let that go as well. I thought I was embodying personality traits or embodying the kinds of things I want to do and the lifestyle I want to have. So it'd be easy for me to come back to it one way or another, and I could feel the way that I wanted to feel back when I was who I wanted to be. But that's not the case. I can replicate those same patterns of behavior and those same modes of action, but I can't be who I once was again. It'll just be me doing all of those things. And the reason for that is because I have gone through so much since I was who I was. I've learned things and seen things and realized things and felt and experienced things. And there's just no way for me to go back to who I was, because I didn't go through all of that. At least the version of me that I want to be. She didn't go to California and come back. And she didn't almost think her dad was going to die in the hospital. And she didn't have to be alone taking care of things around the house and trying to be, I guess, the matriarch of the house while her mom was gone. I've simply gone through different things that can't put me back to the place that I was at once. I can't go back to anything. I can't go back to any of it. I can't be who I once was. I have to be who I want to be going forward. And it can maybe sort of look like that, but I can't base it around that. I can't base it around how I felt then. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe emotion is more of a passing memory than it is a present moment. I can feel it in the here and now, and that's what emotions want. They want to be felt when they ask to be. But I can't hold on to it. I have to realize in every ounce of a second that it's fading away. If I feel good or bad, happy or sad, I can't hold on to how it is and who it makes me while it's happening. For better or for worse, I just have to let it go. I can only hope that maybe I'll feel that way again, or even better than that. Making that my expectation is where I think I hurt myself. Maybe that's been the whole lesson the whole time. Maybe that is my epiphany. My whole life, the only true goal I've ever had for myself is to be happy. That's the only thing I've ever asked for every day. I mean, I hope that the people I loved around me wouldn't die, or they wouldn't hate me, or that tragic things wouldn't happen. But genuinely, the only goal I've had for myself, the only wish, the only desire I truly had was that I could be happy. And I can't hold on to that feeling. I know I felt it before, but I can't keep basing or hoping that all of my future experiences will feel just like those. Whatever happiness I'm due to feel, it's going to be different than anything I felt before. And true to its name, true to the emotion, it's going to be happy. I have to stop fearing that my happiness is going to look more like sadness than it is going to look like happiness, or it's going to look more like anger, or it's going to look more like stagnation, or feeling trapped, or feeling numb and empty. I have to trust that when I ask to be happy, I'm going to be happy. And then I have to let it go. Stop remembering all my other memories that made me feel that way. Stop comparing and contrasting. Maybe just remember them with a smile, with a laugh. But not hold them to that standard. Not ask for it, not attach myself to it. Honestly, I'm high right now, so I don't really remember the first thing I said as I got into the topic of trying to discuss whatever we're discussing, but it felt it felt really good to get all of that off my chest. I was just having these epiphanies moment by moment as I was talking about them. So it felt pretty good to hear myself say it out loud. All right, well, I guess if I remember anything else, I'll make another one. Don't just feel blue. Don't just feel gray. Remember, there's a whole world of color out there to experience, and you are a star on every spectrum. Till the next one.